Okay, let's start with a joke. Knock knock. A British person. A British person who was actually allowed to be at this wedding. So, I haven't been this nervous since I last let Tommy borrow my car. That was 20 years ago, and I just keep reminding myself that nobody died, and it's not like I can smash this speech into the back of a Land Rover. Now, I know that none of you know me, so my name is Mark. I've known Tommy for over 20 years, since we met in Liverpool when we were both studying music at the Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts. We then practically lived together and worked together for several years before performing our own version of Brexit and moving to the States. But even then, we couldn't be separated too much and we both ended up in Illinois. Soon after we first met, it became obvious just how musically gifted Tommy is. He's one of those guys that just made it look all too easy. The rest of us practiced for hours. He seemed to be able to pick up any instrument, play any style of music. Nothing's changed. Anytime I go anywhere where people know Tommy, they just talk about how they're blown away by his playing, his skills. And we have a technical term in England for people like that. It's called being an insufferable prick. So, me being up here talking to you all tonight wasn't originally the plan. Due to COVID restrictions, Tommy's family and British-based friends were not able to be here tonight. His brother Edward was to be his best man, so I was given a battlefield promotion. Groomsman to new best man. My mind immediately went to the wedding tuxes. All I'm saying is, if this was a few years ago, we'd be wearing oversized Coca-Cola branded windbreakers and skin-tight leather pants. I then realized I would need to write a speech and only had a few days. So if I say something offensive, slanderous, blasphemous, or just downright disgusting, there's only one person to blame. You knew what you signed up for. So I thought about all the times I've spent with Tommy, from our college days to our performances in multiple bands such as Cletus and the Invisible Choir, and our time as an ABBA tribute band in Spain.
Oh.
There were costumes and wigs. Then to America with the John Wild Group and beyond. I made a note of all the funny little stories that I could remember, wrote them down. I showed them to my wife, who read through and said, no, no, absolutely not, no, not in a million years. Are you mental? You have some serious issues you need to address. And funnily enough, that's word for word what she said on our wedding night. So, if you'd like to hear the better version of this speech, you can get me a drink later and choose from the following categories. Michigan karaoke and the Washington Snipers, stories from my wedding day, the romantic Valentine's Day dinner, underpants on the school window, picking songs for a blind singer.
Oh no! No, no! Don't ask about that one. Oh no!
And finally, poo nuts. And so, as you're obviously aware now from the amazing meal we just had, Chicago has really brought out the food lover in Tommy. In fact, several years ago, we had an amazing experience at Alinea here in Chicago. And he's always told me that he is a fat kid in a skinny man's body. But he wasn't always a big foodie. Back in college, his diet consisted of fries with mayo, onion rings with mayo, or pizza with mayo. Many nights I would get a knock at the door around 2 o'clock in the morning. Tommy would ask for an Elvis sandwich. For those that don't know, it's a grilled sandwich with the filling is peanut butter and banana. You can thank me later. Occasionally he would cook for himself fried bread with mayo.
Yeah, true.
And speaking of fried bread, there was a place in Liverpool called The Varsity that would do a full English breakfast, and it was Tommy's favorite because they were the only place in town that did fried bread, which is sliced bread soaking up all the bacon grease. One time we went, we ordered 2 full breakfasts. They told us they were out of sliced bread. Tommy was heartbroken. They suggested a baguette on the side with butter. Tommy said, "Can you deep fry the baguette?" They laughed. Seriously? I've never been more serious in my life. They sliced it in half and dropped it in the deep fryer. It came to the table and it squelched and oozed oil as Tommy bit into it. Now, I've never seen Tommy's bedroom face, but I think that's as close as I'll ever get. So I know we all agree Rachel looked absolutely gorgeous today. I remember realizing that Rachel was something very special when Tommy was more excited for me to meet her than he ever has been to see me. I remember him telling me about the best singer he'd ever met, and I could tell he just wanted to show her off. The first time I met Rachel, I understood why she'd completely captivated Tommy. She was instantly charming, adorable, funny. She laughed at my jokes, or at least pretended to, which is good enough. Shortly after meeting Rachel, her and Tommy came to a show that I was playing in downtown Chicago. At this point, I'd never heard her sing, and at the show she told me she enjoyed my singing. A little later, I did hear her sing, and I realized that her complimenting me was very flattering, but a bit like if Whitney Houston complimented, well, me. The whole bridal party looked stunning today. In fact, this is a very good-looking wedding in general, unlike some of the weddings I've played recently with my country band, where I swear we've played to more people than teeth. So I'd like to thank everybody involved in the wedding, Rachel's family, Tommy's family, definitely here in spirit, along with Rachel and Tommy. And I've made a lot of fun of Tommy today, but I really am proud to be standing up here to be his friend in general. In college, it wasn't just his talent and his work ethic that was second to none. We would do classes all morning and afternoon, then we'd hit the rehearsal rooms till they closed around 11. Then we'd be in the recording studios all night, fueled by vodka Red Bull. There was one time when I found Tommy curled up in a guitar case like a cat, trying to nap between studio sessions. And it was that drive that made me know he would ultimately be a huge success. So, to finish up, I've been a big fan of the TV show Ted Lasso recently. And there's a line that stayed with me as I was thinking of today and writing this speech. If you're with the right person, even the hard times are easy. So, with that, please raise your glasses to the bride and groom.